You, I love it. I love it. I love it. What is this thing here? Oh man. Ah, there you go. We are live. Liz Rossilli, good good afternoon.
Hello. Happy holidays.
Whew. Liz, I love your getup. Ooh, I love that hat, the earring, and then there's the
Yeah, I
necklace,
got
the
some jingle
chain.
bells on too. Yeah.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
You- You've outdone me today. Oh my
Go
goodness.
go big or go home,
Go
Wulwyn.
big or go home. I'm telling you. Oh my
Had to
goodness.
mess around,
I love it. I love it. I need to call my wife in here and say, "Hey, honey, look at Liz." Oh, how are you? You put a smile on my face.
I'm good. It's a little I have to when we get off our call, I have to go drive to Apex, which is, 20 minutes from my house, and then I have to drive to Greensboro because UPS did not pick up a shipment of 75, I think, blankets and hats that from my decorator. So I have to go and bring them to Greensboro so that my warehouse can then fulfill these orders and ship them out. But I can't wait for UPS because they need to get done. So I'm going to go drive and find either a good podcast, some good podcasts, or some good music, or something. I need some maybe just some holiday music in the
Oh
car to keep me company.
my
So
goodness.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
This
Um,
just happened about a half an hour ago. Found out that it didn't get picked up. So yeah.
and when would they be picking it up if they
They
are?
were supposed to pick it up yesterday, and the tracking number didn't isn't showing up yet. And so my decorator went and checked, and yep, they didn't pick up a bunch of stuff yesterday. So he's not happy, and I'm like, I cannot wait because if they pick them up today, they could get delayed, and I need to get these shipments out. So this is what some of the things that happen to me on a, I don't want to say regular basis, but you gotta come up with a solution and figure out how you gonna make it happen.
No
So
excuses, no excuses. And
no,
this has been exceptional in your business, and
yeah,
that's selling success.
thank you. Yeah, and this it's like you think like COVID, that business is, any business you get, you should be. I look at it as being I'm thankful for right now, and so if I can help my client get make their employees happy by receiving these gift boxes, like I want it there as soon as possible. So yeah, I can't take any of it for granted. Just saying sorry, that's just nothing we can do
Correct.
about it. So if there's something I can do, I'm gonna figure it out.
Wow, that doesn't count. Saying sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, UPS didn't. I mean, it's initiative. Taking the initiative and finding a solution for your clients. And I'm writing, so I'm taking my notes on this other screen here. Help client make employees happy. Uh, you, though you are not the one making employees happy, you are in the supply chain
Hmm.
to make that occur. And here you are. You have the professional setup already, UPS or FedEx or whomever supposed to do it. They dropped the ball. You aren't crying and whining on UPS and FedEx, even though you can, right?
Right.
And what is that going to do for you? Nothing.
Yeah.
It's the supply chain. You must innovate. You must do something here. And here you are. You driving an hour plus out
Hmm.
of your day, so it's 2 hours.
Each
It's
way. Yeah.
gas,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
inconvenience, it's
Yes.
all kinds of things that you could say, I'm just gonna, but no. And the client may never know this.
Oh, they'll know. They will know. I am going to tell him because he's asked me every day, when is this shipping? When is this shipping? And I'm like, it's coming, it's coming. And he's gonna know. So,
So in this case, the
yeah.
client will know.
Yes. Yeah.
And we pray that he is grateful for you being in that position to make it happen, because other businesses would say it's such an easy excuse. UPS didn't pick it up. I'm
Yeah.
going to talk to UPS to make sure. That doesn't cut it.
Right. Right. And I think,
Wow.
I mean, for me, there goes my whole afternoon, but I look at it like it gives me, I have energy now knowing I have a solution, instead of sitting here biting your nails and just, hoping and checking the tracking and saying, well, maybe they'll pick it up today and deliver it tomorrow. Like, I'm just happy that I can do something about it now,
Yes.
solve the problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Very, very, so I say, once you get one shirt from Liz, or once you get something from Liz, it starts to waterfall.
yeah.
And that's the exceptional business, right? It's, if it wasn't, and I'm bringing this up because I have I collaborate with another individual, Pittman, and he saw the Sell and Success shirt.
Mhm.
After he saw it, we did the Elite Mindset. The other one we're about, other podcasts we're about to start doing. And when he received it, he goes, "Oh my goodness, Wulwyn!" And we're on video, right, doing our call, planning call. And he put it on. I was like, "Dude, why'd you get?" He said, "Nah, man, I had to put it on." He's like, "Do you know how this thing feels? Do you really?" I said, "No, I wear them." He's, "Can we get two more, four more? Let's get four more in red and black and blah, blah." And he goes, "Can I get more for my business also?" That, had you sent me a shirt that was low quality,
Mhm.
right? Something that wasn't top, and this may not be top of the line, right? Had you sent me something that was, "Oh, wow, it is inexpensive, it's good for your budget," yeah, all of that you got to put in consideration. And when he got it, if it was low quality, he would have gone, "Okay, thank you, man." But
Yeah.
because it was excellent work, threading excellent, the sew outs you sent before tells me, okay, this is how it's going to look. Great. I like it. I like the size of selling in perspective to the success. I love the line, etc. Right? Because he saw that, he orders more.
Yeah.
Amazing work, Liz.
Thank you.
Amazing work.
Thank you.
Amazing
So,
work.
I look at shirts as like doing these, because I have another client who's ordered like maybe 8 shirts and some some zip ups, and same thing. He's got his own business and he's like, I
Mhm.
think I need a shirt with my logo. And I just posted it on LinkedIn. He's written me like 3 emails. He wrote to the owner of Genuity and just kind of raved about the whole process. And I don't know if I said this last time, but he wore his shirt into like a retail business. He just had it on and just some retail business. And someone who else was in there saw his shirt and they asked him about what he does. And he was like, "Oh, this is my business and this is what I do." And they're now doing business with him because they initiated a conversation just because he had on his shirt. So he looks at that as like well worth the money to do these shirts, and just it sparked the conversation. And yeah, he's thrilled. So
Quality, and I'm taking notes.
yeah.
Quality work every single time
Mm.
will will yield. You reap what you sow, period, right? You
Yeah.
sow quality, you reap quality. And I haven't put mine, the business shirt, on yet.
Hmm.
um but I know when I put that thing on with some slacks, oof. It's, people the people will notice. They
Hmm.
will notice it. And I think this leads us to another aspect of just our businesses, is the way we take ourselves, the way we brand, because that's branding. The way we brand ourselves, which tells me, I want to ask this. So I go to the gym, right, fully masked, by the way. Um, do we have some exercise type of shirts that we could put
Yeah.
logos on?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I've done them for my husband runs Spartan races.
Uh-huh.
And he had a little team, and we made, we created a unique logo for them, and we did shirts for them for when, so they have a tank top, and then they have their pre-race shirt, and then they have their race shirt with their logo on them, and they all wore them, and they loved it. I mean, it made them so happy to have their team, their own, Bull City Spartans, they call themselves, and their own shirts on. And so, yeah, it's endless. The opportunities are endless, so.
But that's what branding is. Also, it's putting that logo, your logo, and this is for everybody. Even though I'm talking about me, but I want, if you're watching this, start thinking like that, because it's important for you to brand. Nike doesn't need any more branding, y'all.
Right. Yeah.
They have it already. Start branding your business. Start doing that. And is it thread? Is it a sew out, or is it
we did those as like a heat transfer or like a screen print, depending. So yeah, there's a lot of different options. I just did some really cool jackets where along the back of the middle of the jackets, they put their logo going, down.
Ooh, I love
silver.
that.
There's a black jacket with silver down the back, and just cool stuff that that I have experts, and I have people that help me come up with these designs. But it's not up to my customers. Usually say you send me the ideas. They're not gonna, if they don't have a good vision. But yeah, I've done some interesting projects this winter, and it's just fun to kind of come up with something new and unique and think outside the box. And
wow, so amazing. So let's after here, and I know you got to drive sometime during this week or next, or after Christmas, New Year's, let's talk more about the t-shirts and putting that logo on there with the number on the back. Call me, if you're confused, and get 5 or 7 of them, and that's all I'm going to be exercising in. Right? I'm taking that.
Well, it's the attention to those little details. Like if you're around people and you think those are potential clients, like, and you don't want to just walk up to a stranger and talk to them, how can you get their attention?
Correct.
So,
Correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think you should do it on your mask.
Smart woman. Smart woman.
Yeah.
Don't kiss me. Bob. Put the business name there and be like, huh? What? Okay, gotcha. Okay, I got you. So what's going on in Liz's world? What's going on with the business? What's on your mind? Selling success within the home, selling success with your business, with family, friends. What's going on?
I'm still trying to, I've been getting up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning, which I'm really proud of. I'm doing the Miracle Morning, which if you haven't read that book or listened to the audio, he just came out with a movie too. I haven't watched it yet, but the Miracle Morning, I do my, every morning now I'm meditating. I'm doing my affirmations, visualization. I'm doing exercise. I'm journaling, and I'm reading all before 7 a.m. So all that, you do it as, so I just kind of go through and do these things one after another. And I love it. I just love it. So he calls them the savers, and it's the first letter of each of those that you do. And it's just how you start your day.
So what's the S for the first one?
So the first one is silence. So that's meditation. Then affirmations. Then visualization, exercise,
reading,
and then scribe, which is journaling. So yeah. So I've decided personally, I like challenges.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, like I was not an early morning person and I looked at this as he has a 30-day challenge. I'm like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the 30-day challenge and get up every day at 5 o'clock and, get this stuff done. And I feel, I mean, by 9 p.m. I'm ready for bed, but I'm tired, but I feel like it just it's that whole setting up for success, waking up and intentionally having a plan and following through. So I'm a,
I I have to put this in the comments, so please bear with me. Miracle Morning, uh, Savers, and then I'm gonna copy because I'm sticking this thing here. Da, da, da. Oh my goodness! So I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say this. So I wake up at 2 in the morning,
mhm.
and I do the silence, the affirmations, the visualizations. I read the word, and I journal.
Mhm.
Exercise I do later on, right?
Yeah.
But the let's because I'm so happy you brought this up because this we can talk about these 6 things all day long. But
Mhm.
of these 6, my three of them. In fact, let me know. I can't prioritize them, but silence for me is very introspective.
Mhm.
When I'm silent, within my meditation, I just let God come to the center, and I move out. I move out to the edges, to the fringes of it. I I make those affirmations that I am these things that I know I am, that haven't materialized yet, right?
Mhm.
The visualization is looking at my vision board because I have it on my computer. I have it on my phone rather, in a PowerPoint movie with pictures, and I just
Yeah, so in on my iPhone, there's in the photos, I made a new album, and
correct.
then you can tell it you want it to do a slideshow. So you can add different photos and then it will just run it as a slide. So I watch that every morning and I call it visualization. So
There you go. There you go. There
yeah,
you go.
yeah.
The reading and the scribing, and I think the scribing thus for me what I got in the silence, the affirmations and the visualization. I write those things down so
Hmm.
that down the line I can come back and say check, 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 check. Now I was talking, I need to introduce you to someone. Do you know Kathy Simmers?
No.
Kathy said that, oh my goodness, well, when I visualize, it was on Monday, when I visualize and I see the thing in the spirit, in no time, it materializes in the physical. So your success, our
Mhm.
success, those who are watching your success, it's it's all about getting quiet, affirming what you're quiet about, what comes, right? It's understanding your in the visualization. Tell me more about your process. Tell me more about your
So
process.
for me, the silence when I'm meditating, if there's things that keep coming, the noise that comes into my head while
Mhm.
I'm trying to be silent, and the things that come in, those are the things when I go to write that I make sure that I write down to get them out of my head. So, if something is keeps bubbling up while I'm trying to be quiet, then I
Mhm.
think that those are things that are in the back of my mind are bothering me and I need to write them down and kind of, discuss it in my journaling. So,
Gotcha.
I make
Gotcha.
sure to do that.
Wow.
And then my reading is always, right now I'm reading a business book. So like even just 2 chapters of that is good for me. So I'm doing the 12-week year right now. So
Okay. The 12
which
week
is
year.
one that, yeah, which is one I want to get through and start in January, into using that. So that's a great I'm enjoying that book too. So, and it's just about, once again, being intentional, and that every day, not putting it off, not saying, oh, I have, all year to do
Mm,
that. Now you only
mm.
have 12 weeks to get these goals done. So you need to, and reassessing every 12 weeks keeps everything fresh and current, and, you can constantly be changing. So if you have a bad week or a bad quarter, then it's okay, because you're going to have a fresh start.
That's
And
true.
so, yeah.
I I I had a conversation, not a comment. I commented to Verlin, my wife, the other day. We were with a friend of ours who we quarantine with. That we only go to that home.
Mhm.
They go, oh, January 1st, I'm going to start doing X, and I went, I don't understand why in our minds we love to set these milestone dates to start something. I will start it in the summer. I will start it in the winter. I would start it on January 1st or Christmas out. Why don't you take, and what you said just now was macro, um, taking it and cutting it, splitting it into pieces, right? Why
Mhm.
don't you just take a day? Let the day be the milestone. I'm gonna start tomorrow at 5 a.m. I'm gonna, instead of waiting, the things that you can do between now and January 1st, you're saying to yourself, I I wait until January 1st. So you continue doing what you're doing and not make the change
Yeah.
now and
Yeah.
make it happen. I
Yeah.
don't what's that psychic? There's
I don't
something with
know.
our human mindset that we always push it to a milestone date way in the future and
Right,
not
because they don't
okay.
have to deal with it now.
Correct.
Yeah. So I think, I was in one of my, in my empowerment group, and we were talking about, do you make resolutions and promises in January 1st, and we kind of decided as a group that instead of doing that,
Hmm.
because we don't even know what 2021 is going to look like, but picking one word that we're going to use to kind of define the year for us, and
Mm.
everyone's word is different, but instead of saying, oh, I'm going to exercise every day, or I'm going to journal every day, or whatever your resolution is going to be, like, just pick a word, and then just live by that have that word resonate, I think, every day. So,
Wow. Wow.
this year, for me, the word was intentional,
Mm.
and just trying to be more intentional in everything I do. A bunch of the women picked thrive for next year,
Gotcha.
as this year was kind of like survive. And I think next year is going to be, we kind of know what to expect. So now, how can we thrive? And I think
Cor-
that's a great word.
So was it thrive or drive?
Thrive,
Okay.
thrive.
Okay. So
Yeah.
when you were saying that, my word that came to my head was dedication, right? It's just if I'm exercising, I'm dedicated to exercise. If I'm loving, I'm dedicated to loving. If I am, whatever I'm doing, I'll be dedicated to it. I'm dedicated to selling success. Us
Mhm.
coming on here every single Tuesday, every other Wednesday, regardless if it's vacation or whatever, right? And just do it, because this isn't work. This is this is fun. That's why
Yeah.
when I got your text, are we doing? I was like, what? Liz, we are on.
Yeah.
we
I
we
think,
are we are on, sis.
I think this, for me, I haven't found the right word yet, but for me, like, I feel like 2020 was like, it, in some ways, it made my business stronger and it solidified my business. So it, like, built the
Mm,
foundation, like a stronger foundation, so that
mm,
I can now grow up from this, and
correct.
flourish from this. But anyone who really elevated their business and really tried to figure out how to make it work during COVID, I feel like you have now set that foundation to now that you have that, how are you gonna, grow your business up from, you had to kind of start over. A lot of people had to start over and refigure this whole thing out. So if you were able to do that and you were able to be successful, now you've set that foundation, and now we can all grow from here.
So it's the ability to pivot, the ability to really to adapt. I think for me, my word for 2020, it's a phrase, because helping you can help me with the word. The phrase is just let it go, right? And when I say let it go, it was more of I'm going to be dedicated to what I'm doing. I will be dedicated to the business. However, I am not going to be in the driver's seat. I'm going to let God be in the driver's seat. I'm going to let 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 that let I'm moving away from it. And the fact that I could move away from it and be successful tells me that 2021, I I just have to put my so-called plans in play.
Mhm.
Know that there may be stop blocks, there may be things that may take me off center, but I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna let it be and just I will pivot. I will be water.
Yes.
I will be water. I will be water. And I decided. So you and I talked last week, 2 weeks ago. I just thought about how for December I told myself I'm not going to do any business. And that was crazy because December is it's a month. I said, no, I'm not going to do any business. I'm just going to work on next steps for 2021.
Hmm.
Do you know that business just started to flow in and I couldn't even work on the stuff I said I was going to work on? That was letting it be.
Hmm.
Out of the clear blue sky, somebody's calling, hey, do you have an hour? And I'm going, sure. And I even got my first customer, my first big client. When I say big client, the per hour client, where it was 350, 450 per hour. And I went, yes, I can afford my
Congratulations.
shirts. Thank
Congratulations.
you, thank you, thank
Yeah.
you. But just let it be. Do your do your best. Be dedicated to what you're doing, and it will work out.
Yeah. I think, there's like two ways to look at it. One is that, I mean, I'm such a believer in taking action, and not passive sales, but taking action. And
Correct.
I feel like during COVID, we've all been doing all this personal development, and you hear about this coach having this program, and you keep, I just talked to a friend this morning, and she's like, I said, she's talking about signing up. She's like, I can't sign up for that person's. I just went to that talk and I can't. I'm like, I thought, what about that last coach you just had? Like, she's like, I know, I need to just stop. I need to just get it done. And which I agree with. I mean, wholeheartedly. I'm like, enough. Like, I cannot take in any more information. I know what to do. And you just have to now do it. Come up with your plan and do it. But at the same time, I also feel like, here you've planned the whole week out. You're like, okay, this is my plan. I blocked this time and I'm going to do this, this, and this. And then I have people like clients or proposals to do that come in during the week. And I start to feel guilty that I'm not getting done all those things that I had planned. And I start to feel like,
Mm,
you don't look at it as success. You look at it like, oh God, I'm supposed to be doing this, my
correct.
social media today, but I have to do a proposal. But in your head, you're thinking that you're not doing your plan. But
Mm,
I think,
mm,
if it's going to generate sales, obviously, like, I think personally, I have to be nicer to myself and accept those as wins and say,
correct.
when I'm doing things for my clients, that's a good thing. But and you can't, and your plan, the fluidity, you have to be fluid and just say, okay, this is going to get put off and it's going to be okay, but because I'm actually generating money right now.
Correct.
So, but I think in the moment you kind of are like, my plan, I did this whole plan, it's out the window now, and that's okay. And now I'm driving to Greensboro. So
I'm glad you said this. This is where I bring my excuse. So at the end of our last call, Liz had talked to me about a couple of things to do planning for 2021, right? And I said, yeah, I want to do it on Wednesday, which was it was today or last week Wednesday. It was last week Wednesday, I think. Liz, I haven't touched it. You know why? Because those clients came in and when they came in, I went, okay, oh my goodness, what do I do? How do I do it? There's this 1 hour client that I have to do a deliverable for. And I'm going, okay, I can write the LinkedIn thing, but you know what? Let me make money, right? Because that's the bottom line. But we also have, it's when, as you were saying it, I think we have to have balance.
Hmm.
We have to have balance because the things that we planned to do are the undercurrents that keep the business afloat. That's working on the business, right? Not in the business. Working with those clients is working in the business. I want to make this, but working on to put those systems and processes in place. I think it's a matter of balancing. And I think what you said was in terms of being gracious to ourselves. Hey, if you're running a one-man show, 2, 3 man show, be gracious to yourself. You can't do it all. The
Yeah.
fact that it's even bothering you tells me one that you'll be successful. If it's not bothering you, if you got it to the wayside, then
Right.
that's alarming. But it's on your in your mind, you're thinking about it. Time is going to open up and you will execute. And
Yes.
I'm talking to myself too, Liz.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna because I have a place in one of my, my multiple. I have planners, and I change what planner I use. But one of them, you have to write down your wins for the day, and I think, but I don't always. Sometimes I don't use that planner. I think I'm gonna either get a stamp or I'm gonna get those gold stars and put them on my in my notebook. Every time I do something that I think deserves a gold star, like a
Wow.
win, I'm
Wow.
gonna put a gold star. I gotta figure out what I want to put it on, maybe on a paper calendar or something, but
Correct.
something to
Correct.
look at it. But I think having those, like when you were in school and you used to get the gold stars, something to be like, to take a moment to just be like, you know what, that was a win. Like I'm putting, I deserve a gold star for that.
Mm, mm. Wow, wow. Simple things.
Yeah.
Simple things that wow. That's amazing. That's a good thing to do.
Because I
That
think
is
you have that moment of like, oh, that was great, and then you just go on to the next thing, and when you, by the end of the day, you may not even remember what that great thing was that was in the morning. So I think I'm gonna go buy my gold stars and find somewhere. Like the helmet, like the football players on their helmet,
correct.
they get all their gold stars on their helmet.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
think we should get gold stars on our helmet too.
We should. And thinking about it, maybe I'll get the real maybe half or quarter inch that I can put in my journal and
That's
just
what, yeah.
paste it on my journal and write something on there. You're right. And then a collection of that is going through the journal. Imagine flipping through and seeing those gold stars.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a paper calendar that I have that tells me, and maybe even putting it on there,
Mhm,
for the
mhm.
day or some, just I want it somewhere where I can see where they can accumulate kind of thing too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So
yes.
yeah, maybe a new vision board or something, so.
Hmm. You know, in my office here, so I have the window ahead of me instead of behind. Like, what?
Hmm.
Nobody sees this from the road because I turn the blinds this way.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna put the gold stars, start lining them up on there, and if we rent this house or sell this house, I would tell them, "Hey, these gold stars mean a lot." Or I take the blinds with me.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. You could
but
just.
but you're right. You're right. I think that comes under the topic of celebrating ourselves, celebrating your wins,
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
nobody's out there. It's hard for people to see your wins. They only see those major wins, right? But
Yeah.
but not our mini wins, because the major wins are a bunch of mini wins.
Yes. Yeah. And I think, like I have some people that are on Zoom at 5 o'clock in the morning that I'm in a group, and they're on Zoom at 5 o'clock in the morning doing their exercising, and you can exercise on Zoom with them. And sometimes we'll just start talking. And my husband was like, it was 5:30. He's like, who are you talking to at 5:30 in the morning? And I was like, they're in a group I'm in, and I realized, like, he's always been corporate, and I've always kind of worked for small businesses or on my own, and he has the support. When you're in a corporation, you have your team, you have your support, where I'm here by myself, and something good will happen, you're like, yay, but then there's no one really so we have to make our own teams. You have to have your networking groups or your empowerment groups or whatever, or your friend, whoever that network is for you. But I think that's why I think things like gold stars, because you have no one to high five with,
Correct.
even when you're in your own business. So I think we have
Wow.
to support each other. And I think that's why on LinkedIn, it's okay to say, hey, I had this awesome thing happen, because that's your part of your support, Facebook
Correct.
and LinkedIn. So
Correct.
it's okay to do that. But
Wow.
yeah, so the gold stars, I think, is going to be maybe on my way back from Greensboro, I'll have to stop and pick up some gold stars.
From Michael's or Walmart
Yeah.
or yeah, you're right. You're right. I'll agree with you on that. I'll agree with you on that because it's the 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 success of anything really is the how strong your support system is.
Mm-hmm.
How strong your support system is. A soccer player that we see Messi or Ronaldo, any of these individuals or basketball players or in fact the successful CEOs of businesses, they have a excellent support staff, their employees,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not the CEO who's doing the work. He's not doing it. She's not doing the work. It's the people under. She's directing, right? She's directing it, but it's the people, how strong your support system is. And this brings in a conversation that I always had with, so we're in B school, and we talked about the 3 Ps: people, profit, and planet. And it's which one of these should come first. And I mean, we had people, and it's never wrong. There's all 3 of them. We agree on all 3, but we should come first and have people profit, because we need the profits to pay the people and planet. Yeah, I know planet should come, first, but
Mm-hmm.
then what comes second and third? I always preach people. It's always people. In order for you to be successful, is based on your relationships, the great relationships you have. It's ensuring that the people who work with you, and notice I didn't say for, the people who work with you are so pertinent to your business that if you work with them well, they will ensure they can take a bullet for you. They
Right.
can take a bullet for you for profits. What's your take on PPP
Yeah,
in
I
terms
mean,
of
I totally agree that I think, when you look at any company that is thriving and successful, they are the ones that put their people first. When you look at a company that has low turnover, and that people have been working there for 20 years, even like I look at a school, like a private school or a school, like, do they have a lot of turnover with their teachers,
Mm,
or people they've been there for a long time in any company. I think that shows you that that they enjoy working there. They're not looking to go anywhere else. They can, some other companies might even offer them more money, but like you said, it's not about money. It's about where do you spend most of your day is at work. Like, you need
mm,
to be happy where you are. So when I meet someone who says they hate their job, it's like, how are you enjoying your life if you hate your job? So,
yes,
but
yes.
I think it's up to companies to know how to take care of their employees and treat them well. And we've all had bad bosses that that do, or bad, even, and it's treating your clients well and having your clients treat you well, and being, getting the respect that you deserve. If I have a client who's constantly is giving me a hard time, I don't enjoy working with them, and they probably don't enjoy working with me. So maybe that's not a good fit. So it's the clients that, are excited. I used to have a client, every time I walked in with a new product, he would do a drum roll for me on his desk, and he'd be so excited, and I would look forward to going to see him. Whether he
Wow.
ordered a ton or not, it was just an enjoyable interaction, and
Correct.
he liked it. And when people get excited, about what I'm doing, then that makes me excited. So
Correct.
it's about those relationships that are the most
Wow.
important.
Wow. 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 And to know that when after we discussed, Profits People Planet and what you said about having, and we talked about a support system, to know that our parents taught us these things from day one at the
Hmm.
playground. Be nice, say please, have a good attitude, say thank you. To know that there were, and for individuals who have that training, or who didn't have it but have learned it, right? Those are the foundations of an excellent business person.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's because that foundation is about having, going on the playground and being a great relational individual. People will come and play with you. You can even influence the people on the playground because you're being nice and you influence it. Why don't we play that? Like, yeah, let's follow Liz. That's exactly what we're doing in business. And for those of you who may be new in business, think about it as a playground. Going in the playground and you want to play that game, but you don't have a lot of people to play with, or nobody wants to play with you. Be nice and influence them to that particular structure.
Yeah. And I think it's about, even like when you say your kids and your parents, it's like you have to walk the walk, you have to, it's about being authentic and making sure that what you say is what you're actually doing, like if I could say one thing, and then if I act a completely different way at home, or my kids now are going to call me out, like, why should I do this if you're not doing this? And I think it's the same thing in business. You can't act really nice, but like on the surface, if you're gonna then undermine your clients or your vendors or whatever, you have to follow through and be authentic. So.
And isn't that what Glassdoor is?
Mhm.
They say we're the best company, and the employee goes there anonymously and say, "This place sucks," or "This place really does work," right? Wow. Well, Liz, I tell you, time has hit us again. Can you imagine? But I
Mhm.
truly enjoyed this one. It was Christmassy. It had a lot of love and relational and caring in it. I thank you, thank you, thank you. What's your last word?
I just want everyone to finish off the year with their families, and it's going to be a different holiday for us all. And just find the good in it, and find
Mm,
the what you're grateful for, and reflect on that, and just be thankful that we can be with our families. And I have a lot of friends that are single, and I feel for them during this time of, my kids can be driving me crazy, and your house can feel too small, but I am thankful that we're together, and that, and I'm thankful for Zoom. I should send Zoom a holiday card, because it's kept us all together,
true.
in a lot of ways. And I can't imagine what we would do without the digital age right now.
Mm,
So
mm.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. To everybody, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Just as you said, just be thankful. I'm thankful to you, Liz, for us coming on here, right? Thankful to the person who introduced us, Ed. Thankful for what will come out of what we're doing. Um, Even though we don't see it, it's gonna come out. So
Mhm.
everybody have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Take care.
See you next year.